Hi everyone, bit of a spontaneous video here. Been thinking the last few hours, surprising I know, but I actually think that the powers that shouldn't be might be shitting themselves a little bit. The reason I say that is because personally I'm seeing quite a lot of reports within the mainstream media now of things that weren't really getting mentioned or getting no time at all. And I am convinced it's through everyone's hard work or the small minority of people that are spreading the word about things like cannabis and chemtrails and everything like that. So there was an article, I think it was in the Sun or the Mirror or one of those shit rags the other day, about how a guy had started to cure himself with cannabis, or he had cured himself with cannabis. And what I noticed that was interesting about that is that when Cancer Research UK were mentioned in that article, they said that they are now looking at cannabis as a potential cure, when we know that this has been suppressed for many, many years. If you haven't looked into it, the US government actually hold the patent as cannabis oil as a cure. There are a number of potential other cures that they're suppressing as well. And actually they don't teach people how not to get cancer, which is a lot of it's to do with keeping your body alkaline. That's not to say that there aren't some cases where genetics are involved, but a lot of the time, if you can keep your body alkaline by eating a good diet, fruit and vegetables, cancer can't survive anyway. It's a fungus. But anyway, that's going off topic. That's a completely different topic altogether. But I thought this was very interesting because there's been a hell of a lot of people spreading the word about cannabis oil as a cure. A lot of dedicated people out there, and I know, some people are spending hours and hours trying to get the word out, because people are dying needlessly, and they're going through treatment which not only chemotherapy not only wipes out the bad cells, but it wipes out the good cells as well, which is why a lot of people struggle after that, when there's completely natural cures which should be available to us, where you don't have to go through all that hardship. And it's not a very high successful rate anyway, chemotherapy. So anyway, going back to the article, Cancer Research, at the bottom of this article, it said that Cancer Research was now looking into it. And I thought that was quite interesting, because there's been so many people spreading this message, that they now appear to be piggybacking on the idea of cannabis oil as a cure to give themselves credibility. And I think we have to be really careful now, because I think there's a change of tactics going on, whereby people are becoming more aware. They are starting to think for themselves. I've had more people in the last 2 or 3 weeks questioning things, asking me things, people that perhaps I would never have expected to either. And I think they're shitting themselves. And I think more and more people are waking up, although it's not as many as we'd like. And I think that we need to be really aware and expose these articles that are coming out now, which are advocating cannabis oil, because then obviously if they start spreading that, they're now forced to be spreading credible information. Then that's going to make them seem more credible as well. And Cancer Research UK is just disgusting, because it's got people running around parks, running through hoops, chucking water over their head. Well, I don't know if that was Cancer Research, but one of them. These companies are a business, and they're only interested in making money. They're not interested in our health. And I thought it was so disgusting that they were piggybacking on this idea. And we need to expose them, guys. If we're seeing articles out there where they're starting to jump on what we're saying, we need to make sure that they're, although the information is correct, that we're still exposing them. Because I honestly think they're worried, because they are now starting to have to report some truth, because it's becoming bigger and bigger. The other thing I've seen today was with the whole chemtrails, and there's an article on there now saying that that they're contrails in the Telegraph. Now, you only need a couple of brain cells. You only got to look up to the sky. These things look like snakes and ladders. I mean, if these pilots are pissed, then maybe there may be a way in to explain them as contrails. But I found this really interesting because it was in a mainstream newspaper. And a couple of weeks ago, I think a lot of us that are involved with finding out the truth about things, we were bombarded with chemtrails, and it just gets me so upset when I wake up and you're seeing kids and that playing outside, not aware that they're breathing in, and there was a massive reaction. People were spreading videos, photos. There was one video online whereby I think it had 7,000 views in 2 hours, which was great to see. And there was such an uproar, and I had so many people that, like friends that aren't really interested in a lot of things, asking me about this. And I think they shot themselves in the foot. I think it was so bad that weekend that people then started asking questions, and they've had to come out now with this bullshit article about it being contrails that they can be spread over 20. I don't know how. I can't remember the exact bullshit, but I think it was 20, about so many square kilometres or something like that. And I found that quite interesting because I feel like they're starting to be backed into a corner, and they are coming out with more and more bullshit, which either advocates what a lot of people within this movement are saying, or completely condemns it. And I honestly think that they are struggling a bit. I think this is getting bigger. People are becoming more aware, and I just, the point of this video is, I think, just to say that I think it's not all doom and gloom. I think we are having results all over the place. I know Monsanto has been kicked out of a number of countries. I think Hungary have burnt all the GMO crops there. In Italy, I saw a video. There's massive outrage and uproar about chemtrails. And I think all over there's people starting to stand up, and in real numbers. And we can always do more, and I'm always moaning about people that aren't active or that don't care, and I don't think I'll ever stop doing that, because some of us dedicate so much of our lives to it, and it's not something we would prefer to be doing. But it's all about the care aspect, and developing that care aspect within ourselves, which is what they're trying to destroy in the world. I've spoken quite a lot lately about the masculine side of the nature that we all have, and the feminine side. The feminine side is the one that they really want to destroy, which is human care, which is nurturing, which is mothering, caring about what's going on, not just in our own lives, but with what's going on in the world as well. So that's what they're trying to destroy. I did a post yesterday on about ISIS. Some of you may have seen it. ISIS is actually an Egyptian goddess which represents the aspect of care and nurture. And it's very interesting that they chose ISIS as the name of this terrorist group. So if you haven't looked at that article, it's on my Facebook page. Check it out. But that's the sort of things that needs to be spread around. A lot of this symbology and stuff, because it all links in together, and it actually becomes quite clear to read once you get symbol literate. And I'm not there yet, but I'm only at the start. And the other aspect they're trying to destroy, obviously, is the other aspect of care, which is real action in the world. Again, I've been posting about this lately with some of the New Age teachings, which get you to stand down. Guys, a lot of these New Age teachings, they come direct from the controllers. And it all sounds nice and fluffy, but if the underlying message is to stand down and just accept, you can pretty much guarantee that's come from a dark occultist. So we need to be really aware of that, because we may develop the care, but unless we have the masculine side, the action side of going out in the world and actually doing something to change things, we're still not going to get anywhere, because we're stuck in this right brain. Everything's all great. We just have to leave it up to a higher force and just do nothing really, and it's just bullshit. And obviously with the masculine side as well, again, I've been posting about how they're trying to basically take this out of the male species, and you see this a lot in society and culture, which is a cult in itself, with just the demasculization of men, and how they dress, how they act. So they're really trying to destroy both aspects of the human psyche. So we need to be aware of all this, and I just wanted to do this video. I wasn't even planning on doing one, but I just impromptu thought, no, I'm going to do one. I think they are struggling, and I think they are scared that more people are waking up. And I just think that it's great to see, and I think we just need to keep the pressure on, keep sharing the information, keep talking to people, because I don't know, I just feel like a little bit of a shift going on, and I just felt it was a good time to do another vlog. So yeah, I think it's great work, and I think it's so good what everyone does. People are so passionate, and it's just I'm sure things are going to get even more interesting. So peace and love to everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.